Does the thought of going on vacation excite you? Do you have a methodical approach to airport security screenings? In terms of luggage, do you live by the philosophy less is more? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you exhibit characteristics of a proposed new intelligence, the travel intelligence. So if you can excuse the pun, please jump on board as we learn more about what the travel intelligence entails. People with the travel intelligence are unique. One of the characteristics of the travel intelligence is persistence. When in a foreign country, a traveler may have to use another language to communicate. Simple things like purchasing food at an outdoor market may seem complicated. Therefore, persistence is key. Tolerance for things outside your comfort zone is another characteristic of the travel intelligence. In this picture, I am eating pan de ángel, an Easter specialty in Sevilla, Spain. Logical reasoning and problem-solving skills are also important for travelers. The savvy traveler sometimes needs to take a step back in order to objectively come to a solution to a problem situation. Someone with a keen travel intelligence is open to new ideas. Here's some cured Spanish ham that has been hanging on the wall for a few months. Would you try it? It is, after all, a delicacy, since the pigs are fed a strict diet of only acorns. The experienced traveler is technologically savvy and has a good sense of direction. Another characteristic of someone with a strong travel intelligence is that they are very flexible. They are able to quickly change plans or come up with something else for the group to do. Finally, an ability to seize the moment and enjoy yourself regardless of time or place is an essential characteristic of the travel intelligence. By definition, then, travel intelligence can be defined as the practical understanding, shrewdness, intelligence, and common sense necessary for a trip to be successful. This takes a well-informed, experienced, capable, and confident traveler. In order to determine whether a person has the travel intelligence, one must consider Howard Gardner's criteria in determining what constitutes a human intelligence. First, there must be an evolutionary history and evolutional plausibility. This is easily true of the travel intelligence. Since the first humans walked on this earth, they had to travel in order to find food. However, travel has been transformed with the advent of different modes of transport. Gardner also stated that there must be an identifiable core operation or set of operations to constitute an intelligence. Persons with the travel intelligence possess this set of core operations. First, they have the expert ability to navigate to all locations of the world with ease. Second, they have the expert ability to communicate in situations where their native language is not spoken. According to Gardner, a third criteria that an intelligence must meet is that the intelligence must be susceptible to encoding in a symbol system. A true intelligence has its own set of symbols which are important. Here you will see just a few of the many symbols used to make traveling easier. Fourth, a distinct developmental history, along with a definable set of expert end-state performances, is necessary to constitute an intelligence. When many people begin to travel, they do so under the guidance of their parents. Then, they begin to travel on their own. Finally, when they have reached an advanced stage, they are ready to lead others who are less experienced. They may lead their own children, students, or other adults on a trip. The new travel intelligence is best represented by a combination of existential and experimental philosophies. In experimentalism, the world is seen as an ever-changing place. Experimental learning occurs through problem-solving formats where students are actively engaged and involved in discovering the world. People with the travel intelligence learn by experiences. They learn by problem-solving and asking questions. They like to consult with teachers as to the best way to solve problems. They also like to discover answers for themselves. They will cooperate with people like themselves to figure out a problem. The world for a person with the travel intelligence is always changing. The person with this intelligence is always seeking to learn a new and better way of doing things in their world. The travel intelligence is also developed secondarily through the philosophy of existentialism. In existentialism, schools are places that assist students in knowing themselves and learning of their place in society. Students make sense of their own learning, change in curriculum is embraced, and should contain values, methods, and content to create a personal learning experience. People with the travel intelligence want to make sense of their own learning about new subjects. They do not like teachers telling them what to learn, but rather they like teachers who assist them in their own personal learning styles. People with this intelligence like to learn by creating and constructing their own experiences in which to learn. They like to figure out what is important to them and then learn about it. The travel intelligence has many practical applications to the classroom. A foreign language teacher can take their students to a country where the study language is spoken, thus giving students a very authentic cultural and language experience. A foreign language teacher could use her travel intelligence to create a classroom simulation of a place that she had visited. Students would play certain roles using the target language. For example, the teacher could create a simulation of a Mexican market. Based on her experience as a traveler, the teacher could set up her version of a market in the classroom, and students could practice bartering in Spanish to get the best price. With so much technology available to students do not even have to leave the classroom to feel like they have traveled. Teachers with the travel intelligence can engage their students by having them take online virtual tours of the places they are studying. Realia is the term used by foreign language teachers to refer to those things that they have brought back from their travels. Realia can be used in many ways in the foreign language classroom. For example, a teacher can give her students a newspaper written in the target language. This can serve as the basis for planning and presenting a conversation. Students can plan what movie to see using the movie pages, and they can plan which programs to record on TV using the TV listings. They can also decide where to go for the weekend based on the weather. Teachers can use the realia that they bring back from their travels to spark conversation in their language classes. Each student can be given a piece of realia and asked to answer a few questions about it in the target language. In upper level classes, students could be given a piece of realia and asked to write a skit about it based on the item. Students in beginning language classes could be shown pictures like these and asked to see if they can pick out a pattern. Persistent, tolerant, flexible, logical, technologically savvy, open to new ideas. Now that you've learned about the travel intelligence, isn't it time to put yours to the test? Bon voyage! Buenas vacaciones! Enjoy the trip.